Hello guys, this is Ratu498 and this is a 1v1 commentary battle on Shogun 2 Total War. My build, I've got some couple of katana, some low sword, 2 warrior bow monks, 2 matchlock units and 4 Yari Ashigari, and I've also got 4 Yari Cav. My opponent's got a couple of bow monks. He's got a lot of sword guys with some decent experience. He's got some Yari Cav and some Najita Cav, and he's got some Najita Samurai, is it? Or Najita Warrior guys, the spear guys anyway. So, here we go. This is set to winter, so lots of snow on the ground. So this is my army just coming through. So basically I wanted to show you this for the fact of how being too defensive can really screw you over. This is a bow Cav unit that I'm charging in against here. This is one of my Yari Cav. And they're going in. He lets me get into him, which realistically, if you've got your bow Cav units, you've got to be pretty good with your micro and you've got to get away pretty fast. Because if another Cav unit gets into you, their melee stats are pretty bad, so they're not going to survive it. I see an opportunity here. There's no spears in the centre. So I'm going to send a Cav unit through and try and get rid of his one of his archer units, one of his bow units. And I managed to be pretty successful here. When I'm doing that, I'm basically moving up my army so they're going to get into range so my bows can fire. So my bows are firing in on him. And this Cav unit are holding up. There's like 3 or 4 units in there. And I've got my other Cav unit around the back, which was the one that was attacking the bow Cav unit. Here's my archers. Firing off. And we're doing quite a lot of damage here for one Cav unit there. There's quite a lot of damage happening. So it was a pretty good result for me there. His spears he left out on the flanks. So I just took the opportunity really to try and get through the middle and try and get rid of him. After I managed to defeat one of his bow units, he decides to retreat a bit. I sent a Cav unit in to make sure he kind of turns some of his units around so they stay in range of my bows. I see his Cav come in, so I don't want to engage. These are just katana units in the centre, so my Cav could probably take them, but I didn't want to end up losing that Cav unit with his Cav coming in behind. So I moved a spear unit up the hill there for a second. As soon as I saw his Cav move away, my Cav turned back around and took a hit in, and then they're going to run back out again. Doing this I find, it's really weird really. I mean, you find that when you hit them, they do a huge amount of damage, and then when you're running away you lose so many men out of that unit. I lost like 15 men out of the unit just running away. As you can see now, his Cav's coming down. So I move a spear unit up and he's going to put his Cav back again. He's playing really defensively and I'm just literally wearing down his units with my bows the whole time, which are firing in on the units just in range. So he's realistically trying to... I'm not really sure what he's trying to do. I mean, now I outrange him. He's got one of the little bit bow units left. I think he's got about 30 men left in one of the bow units. But he's got a lot better sword units than me, and he has better Cav. So I don't know why he hasn't really tried to attack me. But here's one of his Cav units, all lovely in black. So as you can see, he's still pulling back, and he continues to pull back for pretty much the course of this game. There's the red line there. So I'm going to keep firing my bows. My bow units are firing on one of his bow units. I've now managed to rout away that bow unit. It didn't manage to pull back quick enough. So now I can push up. I've got the range advantage. So now it's just basically a case of trying to make him attack me. I can just sit back and relax. He's got the retainer where I got -10 bow ammunition. So I'm running pretty low on ammo, but it's not a problem. I'll have enough to be able to force him to come to me. Oh, my matchlock's in behind, so as soon as he does come to me I can get a shot off. Got some spears behind them as well, just in case of Cav charges. So here's my bow units. As you can see, they're still pretty healthy, not lost too many men, so it's all pretty good. Well, Cav and spears out on the flank, which are going to hopefully hold his Cav off. Well, I'm hoping they're going to hold his Cav off. So I'm using the fire arrows now. Just really, I'm not 100% sure what they do. I think it's just a case of they're a little bit more scary. They don't tend to do too much more damage. So I send a cav unit, drag loads of units forward, and pull my cav back out again. As you can see, it's just basically disrupting his lines as much as possible without losing any men, and it gives me opportunities to shoot units which are coming forward. So my bows are getting cheap shots off these units as they're running away, so I'm going to be able to do some damage on these, and it's just wearing them down a little bit at a time. As you can see, he's still being very defensive. He hasn't tried to make an attack at all, and by the time he actually is going to make an attack, I've worn his units down so much they're going to be very ineffective. So as I say, I can afford to just sit off a little bit. He's got one bow unit left, so he's going to bring that forward, and I'm not really sure what he was hoping for. There was no way he was going to beat both of my units. He had to really try something with his cav. There's his bow cav unit came back from routing, which actually managed to find its way behind me. This is his bows. So as you can see, he's not got many men left in that. I got 2 bow units against that one. There's the bow cav unit. I just sent a depleted Yari cav over there to just finish him off. So this is where he springs into action, I believe. So he sends a cav charge in. I'm going to send my cav to counter. I'm going to be at the top of the hill, which means I'm going to get a downward charge on him, really. There we go. As he's coming up, I'm going down. So I'm going to do more damage, even though the cav units are pretty even. And then I'm instantly going to run a spear unit, which I had there in support, over. So there he goes there. So they're going to be able to hold these cav units up. And now he's got another few cav units that are going to come through, and they're going to try and attack my bows, which is something he really should have done earlier. With the situation he was in, instead of running away, he should have tried to get rid of these bow units somehow, because they were causing him so many problems. My matchlocks fire off at the cav, and spears go forward. I didn't move my matchlocks quick enough back. They didn't seem to want to go back. They do, there they go now. But a little bit late, so I took some losses on them there. The other matchlock unit's firing off at another cav unit. My other spears are going forward. My bows are coming back. And basically this is where it gets all messy. So he's got spears in there against his cav, so I'm going to win that engagement. I've killed his other cav unit. I've killed the cav out on the flank as well, so now basically it's just his katana and his Najita warrior monk guys who are going to come in now, and they're going to cause me a little bit of a problem. I believe this is his general, is it? Yeah. Who he's sent in. His general was a combat general, wasn't a leadership general. So I believe he had the non-effect by spears thing, which is why he charged him in. But as you can see now, basically I've got units all around encircled him. So really isn't going to take any time at all to ramp him away. I've still got my matchlocks firing, haven't even got my sword units into the battle yet. And they're going to run through now, and they're just going to literally rout everything away as they come in. Here's the rest of his sword units. So there we go, there's another unit round. I believe they all just go into a chain right now. So this was basically a case of how being too aggressive can lose you a battle, and also being too defensive can as well, and not doing it in the correct way. I mean, if he'd have managed to even up the odds with my bows, then it could have been a different story. He had better units than me all over, so it could have been a much better story. But it was a good game to my opponent. Thank you very much for playing. I hope everyone enjoyed the video. Please rate, comment and subscribe. Also, there is a 2v2 Napoleon Total War tournament with registration open at twreplays.com. If you guys would like to go and check it out and take a look, that'd be great. And I'll see you later. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.